Hi, I'm Benjamin Solomon, founder of Propulsion Physics Inc. The purpose of starting up Propulsion Physics Inc. is to build new types of engine technologies from new physics. As the principal investigator and author of this book titled An Introduction to Gravity Modification, I can assure you that there is new physics and new technologies available to make gravity modification engines a reality soon. If we review existing images of futuristic rockets, futuristic spacecrafts, or futuristic engines, we see that they all have something in common, that is rocket propulsion. These spacecrafts are essentially rockets that use thrust to propel the craft. At the very basic level, the thrust is caused by combustion of chemical fuels, and increasing the technology sophistication, we get to ion propulsion, which ejects ions into space to cause the thrust. And further up the ladder, we have nuclear fusion or fission rockets that use these reactions to heat the exhaust gases to extreme temperatures to get much greater thrust. Everything else in the literature about advanced propulsion concepts like antimatter-based propulsion or atomic bomb-based propulsion or even small black hole-based propulsion are all theoretical concepts that have not been proven to be correct or feasible. A very interesting theoretical concept is the Alcubierre warp drive, which, if you have been following this topic, you would have heard of it in the press or in the media. And Alcubierre was a Mexican physicist who discovered the warp drive mechanics using general relativity while he was doing his PhD or a postdoc in Wales, United Kingdom. Unfortunately, the theoretical mathematics behind Alcubierre's warp drive requires something that's been named exotic matter. Essentially, exotic matter is matter with negative mass. And I've shown using Bondi's paper. Bondi was the guy who first proposed exotic matter in the 50s. And I've shown using Bondi's paper by looking at the axioms that exotic matter cannot exist in nature because it leads to perpetual motion machines. And therefore, an Alcubierre type warp drive is not physically possible because the requirements for this drive cannot exist in nature. Okay, now that we have cleared the table of what we cannot do and what we should not be doing, let's step back and look at why we are doing this. Why is propulsion physics about to venture into building gravity modification engines? We are not building engines for the sake of technology, or that's because it's a nice, interesting project. We are building gravity modification engines because we want humanity to become an interplanetary civilization. We cannot be an interplanetary civilization if it takes several months or a few years to get to Mars, for example. That sort of travel should take us hours. When we can reach any of the planets in a matter of days or hours, then we know we can become an interplanetary civilization. And with that opens up the economic prospects of asteroid mining, planetary conquest, humanity's colonization of other worlds. And the resources out there are so vast and so great that it is not possible for any one single nation, let alone a company, to dominate that field. And so what we want to do is build gravity modification engines so that everybody and anybody can go out there and conquer the solar system.